Hey, what's up guys? It's Fast Jacks. Hey, I'm doing the FXR right now. I'm super bad at doing two things at once. It's ridiculous. I also didn't even think about recording a video while I was putting the top end back up. So I got the top end all back on, got the pistons in after some trouble because Harley piston arrows and Wiseco piston arrows are different. I found out the hard way. I also found out that a buddy of mine had the same problem, which is really funny. But yeah, I got it all back up. I'm about to do the push rods right now. The front cylinder is already at top dead center. And I used James gaskets. Got the Super E back on, so kind of just working with what I got right now. I know it's a mess. If you can see this all over the floor, I'm usually not this bad. I'm usually pretty clean when I work on stuff. But it's been a while since I've had an ongoing project, like something that takes longer than like a day or two to complete. I know like when I've torn the Sportster top end down a bunch of times last year for head gasket failures, you know, I was super clean about it because I knew that I was gonna, you know, spend a night, knock it out, get it done, put my tools up. But with this, you know, the bike's been torn apart for over a month now in the garage. So, you know, I'll come over here, mess with some stuff, leave the tools, blah, blah, blah. And it just has turned into this beautiful little wrecked atmosphere. So yeah, I'm gonna get on it and I'm gonna try to do two things at once here, kind of like BS a little bit and go from there. Hopefully it's looking like I'll probably be able to have this thing on the road in the next couple of days. And I got the Two Brothers comp for this bike as well. So that's gonna be going on and that's in the house also. So I'm super excited about it and I'm really excited to get it on the road. Wife is scared to walk by because I'm recording. Isn't that funny? I'm making a video. This is the kiddo. She taught me everything I know about working on motorcycles.
No, I did not.
So the previous owner had a ton of washers behind the backing plate for the air cleaner. So I guess I'm just gonna run the same setup. I mean, I don't know any other way around it. I'm also a little more organized about where I put things as well, man. I have got nuts and bolts laid out everywhere. So I saw some comments from some of you guys in the last video saying that there's a couple other people on YouTube building FXRs right now too. I can go ahead and say mine will be better. So let's be real super arrogant right now and say mine's gonna be the best. But guess what? It will be the best. It may not be the best right away because, you know, broke life and all that kind of stuff, but I already got a quote to paint the bike. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys what I was gonna do. So this is what I'm doing. I showed you guys the emblems in the last video. So I think I mentioned I'm painting the bike black. Miami Vice build is the goal, you know, living in Florida. And so the bike's gonna be black. It's gonna have those badges or those decals that I got from Split and Fatty on Instagram, who makes some really cool stuff. If any of you guys are interested in doing some custom decals on your tanks or whatever before paint, check out Split and Fatty on Instagram. And to be honest, man, the guy has no idea I'm shouting him out. So I'm sure that he would appreciate it if he knew, but that's just how pleased I was with the decals when I got them. They were fantastic. And I'm really excited to get them on the bike. Like I said, I already got a quote for paint. It will probably be a little while before I can do paint, just because finances, you know, with good old coronavirus and all that kind of crap. But the time will come, and we will make it happen. Oh, this is fun, man. And I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned it in any videos or not, but carbureted motorcycles is not my forte. I've always owned fuel-injected bikes, so this is entirely new to me, and I'm pretty excited about it, man. I mean, being able to to change things on the bike without having to put it on the dyno and stuff like that is pretty cool. I heard it can be a pain to, because I just did high compression pistons and a whole bunch of stuff on here, and I heard it could be a pain to find the right jets or whatever the case may be, because I'm sure it's not going to be correct right out of the bat, because I did the high compression pistons and some other upgrades. I got the S&S adjustable push rods, or the S&S quickie push rods, you could say. And I swear by these things. I actually have the same push rods in my Sportster. And especially if you know you're going to tear down your motor frequently or do any performance upgrades in the future or whatever, these things are great because you can access the cam chest without having to take off your heads. So it's really, really, really cool to have adjustable push rods and to be able do work on your bike without having to take your heads off, because tearing the whole top end down just makes things one, more expensive because you have to buy top end gaskets, two, a little more frustrating because I feel like every single time I tear down the top end and build it back up, something weird happens, man. I'm either just trial and error, man, especially if you do your own work. Things are a little bit different for like Harley certified technicians who tear down Evo. I mean, they don't tear down Evos every day now, I guess, with actually we rarely even see Evos anymore, but people to tear down motors every single day, you get this rhythm, you get this vibe, you get it all down, and it's a little bit easier. But when you don't tear down motors all day long for work, you get rusty, man. And I can tell you, I get rusty. And but it's fun, man. I don't know why. Maybe I just like torturing myself, and that's the reason why I do all my own work. That could be one thing, just being a masochist, who knows. But there's still a lot of stuff I need to do on this bike. Some things I don't like. For instance, the previous owner, and I can't stand when people do this, so please do not do it. Brakes are one of the most important things on a motorcycle. So this guy bent the stock brake. The previous owner bent the metal in the stock brake line to extend it to be able to do taller bars. And that's a problem, man. I mean, I know it works, but that's a problem. Brake lines are cheap, man. Seriously, cheap. It's not worth, something potentially going down and happening because you didn't want to spend $50 on a brake line. That's just my personal opinion. So I'm gonna pop two of these bad boys out. And so man, too big, huh? So adjustable push rods are super easy. I believe they're the same on most models. The installation procedure, at least I know they're the same on an Evo Big Twin and a Sportster. So what you would do is just extend it until there's a slight drag, and then you will do 24 flats, and that's pretty much it. Most of the time it's spot on immediately. So you want to do your exhaust first, and then once you do your 24 flats, you want to wait 15 to 20 minutes, and then do your intake And then you will bring your rear cylinder to top dead center, and you would do the same thing on the rear. Alright, so yeah, I think that's going to be good. Alright, I really want to clean these tubes, man, but I don't have any steel wool right now. Alright, a really crappy piece of steel wool is still steel wool, right? And I'll tell you what, guys, while I'm at it, Bug Slide has got to be one of the best metal polishes. See how crap that is? Watch this, man. Even with this crappy piece of steel wool, I'll probably bring this thing back to 100. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, Bug Slide, man, I'm telling you. Boom. It looks like crap, doesn't it? Looks awesome. So we'll just repeat that procedure. Bam, bam. Get some Bug Slide on that, baby. Get this junk piece of steel wool right here. It's a little bit easier when you have a nice piece, but yeah, man, I mean, it takes surface rust off, it takes blemishes off, and it returns the shine. I just found that out one day. I was at work, and we ran out of metal polish, and I was like, I just need a lubricant, you know. Let me just grab some spray cleaner. So I picked up the Bug Slide, and I was cleaning some old foot pegs, and they turned out fantastic. And I was like, whoa, what's up? So I tested it on some other things and continued to use it, and I mean, it kills it. It does such a great job. I got some black collars that I'm going to use. See, look at that, man. Same deal. Before you thought I was going to show you a crappy one that I couldn't get out. Boom. Perfect shine. So there's number 2. Look at number 3. Look at that. Just crap. And surprisingly enough, you would be surprised how many people, if maybe you don't, maybe I'll teach you something new today you didn't know. You'd be surprised how many people didn't know that Quad-Ot 40s, Quad-Ot steel wool will save your chrome. You got surface rust, a little light pitting, anything like that on any of your chrome, Quad-Ot steel wool, and any metal polish will work, but Bug Slide is awesome because it's not a metal polish. It is a it's to get it's to put a protective coat and all that on your vehicle to help get bugs off and stuff like that. So it's great to have something that you can get more than one use out of. Number 3. Number 4. Look at that, man. You would think that was brand new. Rest. We'll do the intake. By the way, for any of you guys out there that have adjustable push rods, this wrench is a lifesaver because you do not have to take it off It just, this right here, this little metal bar in the inside collapses, so it's just like a ratchet. You can kind of just boom, boom, boom. It's awesome. This thing is a real lifesaver. So we're not going to lock those. We're going to let those rest, and then we are going to check them in about 20 minutes. Okay, so right now, for you guys that don't know, so once you extend the push rods to your 24 flats, what you're looking for is for the lifters to collapse. So right now, you can't move them at all. Like, no, you cannot move them. But as the lifters start to collapse, it'll take that pressure off of the push rods, and that's how you know that everything is correct. From my understanding. But I've never had a problem doing it, so. I'm not really like much of a watch YouTube to do things myself kind of guy. I have always been like a book guy, so I like to read what to do. So for you guys out there, there are tons of great. This is a Kilmers for older Evo bikes, but there are tons of great odor manuals out there that'll tell you all the information you need to know, down to your torque specs. So, and I teased you guys a little bit. So I teased you guys a little bit last year, when I said that I was gonna, come back with the channel and all that stuff after the storm, and I never did. And I said that I was going to start a series called Moto Therapy. I do still plan on starting that series. I have an idea. So the whole Moto Therapy idea crossed my mind as a way to get things off my chest. Talk about the past, present, future. Some things that I've been through, maybe some things to help other people out. Because I try to stay positive. I believe that positivity is everything. And there's so much negativity in the world today, and I'm sure there'll be negative comments on this video, just because people just have this mindset that thrive off negativity. I don't understand, because once you start to try to kick that really, really bad habit and start to learn to be more positive, your life will change. No doubt. And ironically enough, I'm trying to teach my 7-year-old daughter this, because she is super negative. She's a sweetheart, but she is way negative. She gets it from her mom. But yeah, working on that. So yeah, so Moto Therapy is going to be about me, my life, ways to yeah, it's about therapy for me, essentially, but if I can help somebody out, if you could hear something come out of my mouth that may potentially help you out, or, something that I say can be utilized by you in your life, then I think that's fantastic. So that's my goal behind Moto Therapy, and, if nobody watches it, cool, because I'm kind of doing it for me anyway. But, like anything else, I mean, there's always viewers, and, there's always people that go through turmoil, and there's always people that need some help. I'm not going to go into too much detail about Moto Therapy, but you'll see, and that will be happening in the next couple weeks. But I'm going to try to put out videos every Monday again, so back on a weekly schedule, and I'm excited to do it. So yeah, and sometimes it doesn't take 20 minutes. Sometimes it will only take 5-10 minutes, but you don't want to loosen push rods up too much. Okay, so there's some slight drag. So you want a slight drag. You don't want them to be loose, you don't want them to be tight. You want them to be perfect. And that probably is about perfect. I actually don't even remember what S&S says. So we'll read directly from this, install new push rods, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. 24 flats, tighten the lock nut, allow efficient time for lifter to bleed down, 20 or 30 minutes before adjusting intake push rod. Push rods must spin freely with fingers. I don't get that. I mean, but whatever. I just adjusted them at both at the same time. It'll be all right, I promise. That's how I've always done the Sportster, and everything's been fine. You know, it's a little bit different process when you have new lifters, but these lifters already have oil in them. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna cut out. I got the front done. I'll probably finish it up off film, get her on the road. But I am going to show you guys the exhaust in that Mustang seat in another video here shortly. Thanks for watching, guys.